Did I just watch a video of Benin people in Edo State rejecting their former governor, Comrade Adams Oshiomole, alongside the presidential candidate of the All Progressives Congress, APC, Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu? I was only wondering, but I'm not surprised if there's a group of people whose decisiveness I envy. It is Edo people. They don't care a hoot. They don't smile at all. When they have taken a stand and they take no prisoners, ensuring that their decisions count. They have done it more than once, and I'm now convinced about their resoluteness. Will we forget the Edo no be Lagos chants of 2020? In the video I just watched, the former governor was leading a campaign for the APC presidential candidate Tinubu in Benin, but as Oshiomole made efforts to speak to the people, the huge crowd rejected him. Okay, Obi, Obi, Obi. By the way, let me tell you how much I know Edo people. In 2012, as a correspondent of leadership newspaper in Anambra State, I was called by the editor during the governorship election of that year to proceed to Benin to get INEC accreditation to cover the election of a new governor for the state. Ushumole was then the governor and was also seeking re-election of the same seat. He was contesting on the platform of the Action Congress of Nigeria, ACN, and his biggest contender was the candidate of the People's Democratic Party, PDP, General Charles Ayevere. President Goodluck Jonathan was the president then, and he was of PDP, and many people, including the ACN and even Edo people, feared that Jonathan would rig his party man, Ayevere, in as Edo governor. But you know what? Edo people were ready for that. The support for Oshiomole was very high. Edo people wanted him to continue. On my arrival in Benin City, the first thing I did was to get a hotel accommodation, then moved to NUG Press Center, where I joined other journalists to INEC headquarters, somewhere at Ikpoba Hill, where I got accreditation. Afterwards, I spent the rest of the day and the next trekking along the streets of Benin City, eating in local joints and joining regular guys at beer spots to acclimatize myself. During that survey, I found out that every high-rise building had billboards of Oshiomole. I made inquiries and gathered that owners of high-rise properties surrendered them for Oshiomole to place adverts on them for free of charge. On the day of the election, the team leadership newspaper crew for the election met and decided that I should be the man to cover INEC. We had 4 men in our crew. I was to cover INEC, another reporter covered Oshiomole, yes, another covered Ayevere. Our team leader was to stay in his hotel room, collate our reports, edit them and send to Abuja for publication. As the man covering INEC, experience from previous elections coverage showed me that my work would start very early in the morning when distribution of materials starts. After reporting early or late distribution of materials for onward movement to the voting centers, I may as well remain idle until the next day when collation and announcements of results begin. True to the above, after reporting the distribution of materials, I retired to a couch in the INEC office and partly slept and partly watched television. I knew that I wouldn't be able to catch any further sleep once results started arriving at night or the next morning. As expected, late in the night, results started arriving. I stayed awake recording election results and transmitting same to our team leader until about 3 a.m. when the returning officer called for a break. I decided to wade off sleep and also use my already dizzy legs to avoid swelling. There was tension in the INEC headquarters, and both Oshiomole and Ayevare were running neck and neck in the already announced results. Edo people were sure they voted for Oshiomole to return as governor, but they were not sure if the federal government was trying to play any game on them. So the atmosphere was tense. I walked to the INEC gate, and the security around the compound was something else. Police dogs and horse were everywhere too. At the gate, I identified myself to the security people and told them I wanted to look around and return shortly. One advised me to be careful as I went out. Just outside the gate, I couldn't even believe that Edo people were capable, what Edo people were capable of. Despite the huge security, Benin youth formed a ring round the entire INEC office. Most of the youth had plastic cans with colored liquid inside it. Attached to the can were ropes. I was curious and wanted to ask some of them what was happening, but they paid no heed. I later found out that the cans were filled with fuel, Jesus, and the ropes attached to the can was to make it easy to toss them in any direction they liked, and their target was the INEC building. If they announced anything contrary to what they noted, one of the youth in a voice thoroughly deformed by a huge amount of drug intake howled, now Oshiomole we vote. If we hear any results wey no be Oshiomole, make we see how una go take comot from this office alive. Long matter cut short. At about 7 a.m. the next morning, when the entire result was declared, the Oshiomole was pronounced winner. Even the security men deployed to guard the INEC compound could not help but I heave sighs of relief, because they knew they would have a lot to contend with if Oshiomole had lost. The above is just one instance. Second instance, if you think Edo people supported Oshiomole because they loved him so much, then you need to have a rethink. In 2020, when the same Oshiomole tried to play God by attempting to replace Governor Baseki with Pastor Yamu, you needed to see how starkly Edo people stood against the same Oshiomole. Oshiomole employed all manner of theatrics to sell Iyamu, a man he had earlier pronounced a thief and cultist, to Edo people. But Edo people are not those to be deceived. They stood with Obaseki. Even when Oshiomole frustrated Obaseki out of APC and he joined PDP just close to the election, Edo people kept faith with him and elected him eventually. That was when the famous Edo no be Lagos chant was string together, as Tinubu had tried to bring his godfather rule to Edo to install Iyamu. It was for this that it did not come to me. Okay, it did come to me as a surprise when the video with Oshiomole and Tinubu's rejection in Benin City started trending. In the video, as Oshiomole made effort to address the people, they rather chanted Obi, 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 an indication that they preferred the Labour Party presidential candidate, Mr. Peter Obi, to Oshiomole's Tinubu. It is Oshiomole's right to support a presidential candidate, but shoving his choice down the throats of other voters is one thing Benin people, by extension Edo, rejected. As we pray for a peaceful election, may I wish the entire Nigerians the Benin spirit. With Benin spirit, one governor will not tell a presidential candidate that his endorsement translates to outright victory in his states. I wish Nigeria a peaceful election, but above all, I wish you all the Benin spirits. Nigerian suffer, don't tire us. We will not wait for any man to endorse a candidate for us. And that is the truth. And I've always said that if Nigerians can really stand like Edo people, they don't take nonsense. If they love you today, if you do anyhow tomorrow, you go see anyhow. That is it. They are not that type of people that you just be saying Baba Sokwe, they will just be bowing to people. Anywhere they say make you go, you waka go. It will not happen. Oh my God, somebody is not even agreeing with this writer. Say this writer is an idiotic person. You are partial and sentimental. You don't have sense and you are myopic in nature. Okay, now what he has said, now instead of you to counter it, you are abusing him. Well, don't let frustration kill you, bro. Be calming down. Okay, be calming down. And that is the reality, because it had happened before. I wouldn't want to go too far. So guys, let's know what you think, whether the writer really said the right thing, or you think he's just trying to support Obi. But the whole thing is glaring. If there's any state that Obi is going to get maybe 70 or 80% of votes, is Edo State, not even from any state from Southeast. I don't understand the relationship or the correlation between Obi and these Edo people. So guys, let's have your take. in the comment section. Thank you.